Alright everybody, I want to show you guys my Moonts 7001 tablet. This is my 7-inch Android tablet, and I've had this for about a month in total working condition. I received my first one and the Wi-Fi radio didn't work on it. I received my second one and it was cracked. This is actually the second one. It was cracked right through here. They did send me a new touchscreen. I ended up actually changing it myself and getting it all fixed. It took about 15 minutes. So this thing is quite easy to repair if you break your front screen. You just have to get a new one. Recording this on my Palm Pre, so if the video is just a little below quality, it's not really a camcorder, it's actually my phone, so get over it. Gonna bring this up, and there we go. Okay, this is my home screen. I've got it set up with a wide variety of different widgets and different shortcuts. So you'll notice over here, September 11th is Patriot Day. It actually has a calendar that you can put up here. It's got the time and just miscellaneous whatever you want to put in here. Okay, this is running Android 1.7, some variety of that, and it's a little bit, lower grade than what the current, or I should say, a earlier version, not lower grade, but an earlier version of Android OS. For some reason, the tablets don't like to access Android Market from anything past this particular one. I've got this 1.7.2, I believe it is, and it accesses Market without a problem. You can actually go right into Market from here. And you see applications, games, search, downloads, all kinds of random stuff here, but we're not really going to play with this. If you have any idea what an Android phone is like, then you've seen the Android Market. It's really not that big of a deal. We do have ebook readers, we've got Facebook, you've got Comic Reader, you've got Market, you've got YouTube, just pretty much whatever you could possibly come up with. And it's really neat. I mean, this thing was $135, and that included the shipping and everything from China to here. This is an 8 gigabyte model. It holds 8 gigs built in. It also has a SD slot on the side, but I'll get to that in just a moment. I'm going to show you the actual physical features of this next. I'm going to turn on the camera light here so that you can actually see. You're going to see a glare, and I do apologize for that, but it's going to help us see everything. Right here is the only button on the outside on the edge. The right-hand side right here is going to be actually where we click it to go back to the home page. Right here on the left is actually going to be to pull up any settings. So it only has the one button. Right side is home, left side is settings, and that's pretty much that. On the back, ignore the stickers as I am just a grown-up teenager here, but that little slot right there is actually what houses and lets out the sound. The speaker, the single speaker, is right underneath that. This is not a stereo unit. It is mono, and it does sound a little tinny from time to time, but that's the way it works. This right here is actually the camera. You can see it if I don't put the glare on it, but there's a camera right there. They claim 1.3 megapixel. It's a little closer to 0.3 megapixel. It's pretty grainy. It's so crappy I'm not going to show it to you. This little indicator light right here is just that. It lets you know when it's charging and when it's fully charged. You'll notice a little square button. It's actually a round button with a square on it. It looks remarkably like the iPad. And yeah, that's pretty much what they're ripping off there. On the bottom edge here, starting at the bottom right here, we've actually got the power input. That's where you plug it up and charge it. You've got your headphone output, 2 mini USBs, not regular USB, so you'll need an adapter, but mini USB with a little switch in between that's actually going to be kind of like a lock, I guess. Once you've got it turned off completely, you actually click this on, and no matter what you press, you can't turn it on until you move this little switch. It's just kind of a basic little toggle switch. This right here is the SD slot. It's a micro SD, and I've currently got a 16 gig chip in there, so it has about 24 gigs of space total. There's a microphone right there. It does not have the ability to use an external mic, only the built-in microphone, so your Skyping is minimal at best. Not that I've tried it on this, because I have a feeling with the graininess and the crappy microphone, Skype's probably not going to be a good idea. Okay, I'm going to turn off the light now so we don't get that little glare going on. Well, maybe I'll hit it a few times on my phone. Okay, well, long and short of this thing is, it looks like it's running, and this is kind of where it's very up in the air because this was made in China, not a whole lot of specs. The box that it came in was pretty lame. It was just a white box and said iRobot on the outside. Obviously a direct ripoff again from Apple. Sorry guys, that's the way it works. You invent it and they come up with cheaper versions of stuff that we can actually afford. So Really like this when it's a fourth the price. It is not what I would say a fourth the product, though. I would definitely say that this is a contender for a more pocket-sized iPad. It's a 7-inch, not the 9.7 that the Apple iPod or iPad is. But there is also a 10.1 version of this that runs Android 2.2, and there's also a 10.1 inch screen that also runs Windows 7. I can't wait to get the Windows 7 one in, but I haven't got it yet, so you're going to have to wait for that review for another day. Really, I mean, it's just a basic tablet. It does have the ability, apparently there is supposedly a 3G radio in this thing, so that if you could turn it on, which you can't do here in the States very easily from what I understand, you would have 3G reception. It does have Wi-Fi, which if you'll notice there, the signal is very strong. It's completely on. I've also got, there's the actual 3G signal. My battery's almost dead, so pardon me. It's almost midnight, as you can tell. We've got volume controls, up, down and up. This is going to be the drop-down settings button. And there is the back button. Over here, it shows me that I do have some email, probably in my Gmail account that I have set up on this. And there's a home button. This is not what you're used to as far as the new products. This does not work off the electricity in the human body. It actually works off a pressure-sensitive pad. Beneath this plastic outer cover, which is pretty much what this is right here, it's just a single piece of plastic, really thin, that I just ran something over, so we're going to stop that. There's actually 2 sheets of glass and sensors all throughout it. LCD is beneath that, of course, and when I switched this out when it was broken, really all I had to do was just take it out, put the new one in, and connect the little ribbon inside. It was very easy to do. It is this big. You can see my hand. It holds very easily. It's perfect for reading books, which I will show you real quick. If you'll notice, I'm going to go ahead and pull up Dexter. This is book 1. I just started rereading this. You can read it both in this form, like this, and here's the difference between this and the Arcos. If you've seen the Arcos home tablets, this is really neat because I actually have an accelerometer on this, and the Arcos does not. That's why I elected to get something foreign, even though this particular unit will be in some stage hitting the U.S. this month or next. There's also other versions. My company is going to be selling one. I think I have a non-disclosure agreement on that one, so I'm not going to tell you what it's called or what it does or anything. But let me just say that this particular unit right here is like the one that my company is going to sell, but it's actually on steroids, and my company is going to be selling it for about twice what I paid for this one. So anyway, I mean, that's just the long and short of that one. I do like this. I got this off of what's the equivalent of eBay in China. It's called Alibaba.com. You may have heard of it. A lot of reputable and a lot of non-reputable dealers dealing on that, much like eBay here. Just doesn't seem to have the same control over it. People don't seem to have the same sense of, I guess, good sportsmanship when it comes to buying and selling on there. So I did a lot of research before I invested any money into the site, and I ended up with, well, a pretty good deal. The company that's done this, that's actually distributing it, has really been super helpful, both in the replacement of the one that didn't have a working Wi-Fi and the replacement of the screen. Those didn't cost me a thing. I did have to pay shipping to return the first one, but all said and done, even after the shipping, I'm only out so far for this entire working unit $160-something bucks. So normally it would be $134.56, which is my original purchase price, but I spent about $30 on shipping the first bastard back. So life goes on. A lot of my friends have been asking about whether or not I like this. I really, really like this. I read comic books on it. I read books on it. I check my Facebook. I check all sorts of things. I mean, you can do everything from basic web surfing. I mean, it's got the browser right in here. It's going to bring up Google because obviously Google built Android. That's what they want their homepage to be. But I mean, it's just as quick as my laptop. It's just as quick as my netbook. It's really just more of a smaller, more mobile unit. And it pretty much does everything. Of course, you know, it does have the USB connections. It's not Bluetooth. I was very disappointed to find that out. This particular unit is not Bluetooth. And I was really hoping that it would be, just because so much of my stuff does interchange like that. But all said and done, I'm going to show you real quickly a little bit of the video, and we'll let you, take a look at that. I have only one problem with the video, and it's probably something I'm doing wrong rather than something that it's doing wrong. We're going to watch some Big Bang Theory. I'm going to have to open it up as video. And see, it's actually a 720p screen. The problem is that you can hear the audio, and I'm quite sure. If I actually cut my hand there, it reflects the sound back out quite well. But you see how small that screen is. Well, you can actually go up here and hit the back button to bring up settings and hit play again, and then it goes full screen. Don't ask me what I'm doing wrong. I figured that out by accident. But anyway, ignore the fact that this may be a bootleg copy of Big Bang Theory. I'm not stealing it. I promise I will buy the box set when it comes out. I just used that as an example. I needed something in HD, and that was the first thing that popped up. So it's really a nice tablet. It's really easily portable. It's about the size of any basic ebook reader. It fits inside of the Barnes & Noble Nook case. So if you buy one of the little folding book type cases, the leather cases and everything, it fits inside that. I only know that from visiting the different forums. I have not yet purchased one, although I do need to do so. I like it. It's $135. If you know me, email me. I will gladly give you the website. I will gladly give you the link. Talk to the people. They're really great. This also comes in a 16 and 32 gig model. All of them have expandable memory. It also comes, like I said, in a 10.1 model. There's a Windows version. I believe there's a couple of Linux versions too, although, keeping in mind that Android is, I believe, based on Linux. It's actually written in Linux. That's pretty much all I've got. So have a great day, and talk to you later.